The other question is that how do you get into these societies? It's fine to completely lie in college society interviews. The drawback of YouTube is that how do you prepare yourself with these case competitions so that your first case competition isn't embarrassing and you actually are able to crack it? So a lot of kids feel that if they do not get into a society or they do not crack an internship, it's the end. Like everything around them just comes to a halt. I feel not a majority of the kids do this. I don't know the reason behind it, but it's literally very easy. So what happened was that when I entered college, a lot of people already knew me. They said that they read about me. So right now it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've been recently getting a lot of DMs on LinkedIn from juniors that will be starting with the first year of college, but we're completely clueless as to what opportunities exist for us in college, what are the ones that we should go for, and what are the ones that we should not waste our time on, what is the right time to seize them, and all of those questions which you have before you start. And to be honest, I was in the exact same position a year ago, so I thought, why not make a video about it and explain everything to you in depth. And I'll also be talking about a few actionable steps that you can start taking in your holidays before your college starts. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the video. The first one is college societies. Now, first of all, understand what a college society is. A college society is a group of people who have similar interests and who are working towards it. Now, there are a lot of college societies. So, given my own example, I was part of the consulting society of my college. And what we used to do was that we used to reach out to companies and organizations via cold email or via DM on LinkedIn. We used to ask them that if they have any project that we as first years, as junior consultants could work for them, then we would love to collaborate. And then we would use to attach our portfolio. So one of the projects which we worked on was for a VC fund. So we were asked to prepare a comprehensive B2B industry research report. So we researched about MSMEs, we researched about the regional growth potential, we researched about the emerging opportunities in the B2B sector. So this was a research project. So that was one of the projects. So this was the consulting society. Similarly, you have the finance and investment cell. You have Enactus, which is the entrepreneurship society. So if you're someone who is very much fascinated with businesses, then an actor search for you. You have the placement society. So there's a lot of society based upon your interest. You can choose one of them. Now, once you enter the society, there's a hierarchical structure. So once you enter the society, you'll be placed as the junior consultant or the junior coordinator. Then in your second year, you'll be promoted to the director, or you can even be part of the core cabinet. So core cabinet usually typically has three positions. There's the president, there's the vice president, and there's the general secretary. So there's a three hierarchy. You have the core cabinet, then you have the directors, and below directors, under the control of these directors, you have the junior coordinators or the junior consultants. The other question is that how do you get into these societies? So these societies usually follow a three-step procedure. It varies from society to society, but this is what typically happens. So first of all, you have the application form. So now once you get into college, these college societies will start rolling out the application forms. And there are usually two types of questions these application forms contain. So there are personal questions and then there are questions regarding the society. So if it's a consulting society, then there will be questions regarding consulting, or if it's a finance society, then there will be questions regarding finance. So now these questions which are there in the application form, these personal questions are actually very interesting. So I remember when I was filling out the form, there were various questions like if I could be an animal for a day, which one would it be and why? Similarly, if I could go and visit any of the places, any of the countries right now, which one would it be and why? So these questions just give you a very deeper understanding about you and prepares you to think in a very creative way. Once you clear the application forms, you move on to the second round, which is the GD, the group discussion. So in this, all the candidates, all the applicants who have applied for the society, so they'll create a group of 10 to 11 people. There will be two senior coordinators and then all the other 10 to 11 people who have applied for the society. So it's spread across a table, and the senior coordinators will give you a situation or a topic, and then you'll have to present your views about that topic. It's not a debate, but it's more like you are just giving your own opinions and views. What do you think about that particular topic that you are given? So it's just to analyze your communication skills and the way you think once you're given a topic. That's the entire agenda. So once you clear the application form, the GD, you move on to the last and final step, which is the interview round. So as the name suggests, it's just a 101, interaction with the interviewer and the interviewer. Trust me, at times these interviews get very grilling, so you'll have to be very confident whenever you're answering a particular thing, or just be true to yourself. And at times you'll have to lie in the interview, trust me, but it's fine. Do not think that I do not have to lie. Honesty is the best integrity. It's fine to completely lie in college society interviews, trust me. So yeah, just be confident and be yourself. It will get grilling, but you're gonna get through it. Oh, so the next one are internships. I will not focus much upon internships in this video because internships is probably something which you should start applying for in your second year or after, the break which you get after your first year. That is the optimal time to apply for internship. The reason being is in order to crack that internship, you should have some prior knowledge within your resume, within your CV to show to the organization that yes, you're credible and you're aware about the topic. It does not has to be an experience, but it just has to be maybe a prior knowledge, maybe some certifications that you have done. Okay, let me explain it to you with an example. Let's say you're applying for a research position at any of your organizations. Sometimes there are gonna be times when the topic that you're given for research, there are no articles about it on the web. What do you do in such a situation? So at that time, you have to be prepared. You have to, know that okay, now secondary research is not available, then I'll have to opt for maybe primary research. And then after you have researched, how you're gonna conclude it, how you're gonna analyze what you have researched. So in your first year, you understand what kind of internship you want to do. In your second year, it could be marketing, it could be research or anything, etc. And then you work upon developing those skills. You can start taking courses on Udemy, Coursera, or even YouTube itself. There are a lot of free courses available on YouTube. The only drawback of YouTube is that you do not get a certificate, but otherwise, YouTube is a very good source to learn. So next one is case competitions. Now, case competitions are very famous in Delhi University. Now, what these case competitions are, so you're provided with a case of a company. Now, that case could be that the company is, maybe it's a clothing company and it's facing issues in the production supply due to war and conditions going on in the economy. So, what does the company do in such a situation? So you'll have to act in the shoes of the company executives and then you have to think that, okay, this is what I can do. So this was a crisis case study. You could also be given a case study wherein the company has a new product and now they want to enter within the market with that product. So you'll have to design a go-to-market strategy for that product. So there are various kind of case studies. It depends from competition to competition, but this is what usually happens. You prepare, you analyze the situation, and then you prepare a deck or a presentation, and then you have to present it in front of the audience. So now, how do you prepare yourself with these case competitions so that your first case competition isn't embarrassing and you actually are able to crack it? So one thing which I started doing initially when I ended college was, so this was told to me by one of my seniors only. So there are these various casebooks of renowned institutions. There's one of SRCC as well. There are various casebooks of I am Ahmedabad, I am Bangalore, and I am Calcutta. So all the renowned institutions have their own casebooks. You can just Google them and you'll get the PDFs. So you analyze all these cases and they're going to make you better prepared. So they contain all these frameworks, all the cases, the market entry, the merger and acquisition, everything. All the cases are compiled in a very systematic order and they're also subcategorized on the level of difficulty. So there's, easy, medium, and difficulty. So you can start with the easier ones and then move on to the medium ones and the difficult ones accordingly. And one more trick that you can do is that you can actually have an accountability partner. So what I did was that I had someone, we both used to practice together. You can have one or two people form a group, get on Gmeet and practice these case comps together. One can act as the interviewee, the other one can act as the interviewer, and the interviewer is acting as the company executive, and you are the one who is the consultant maybe required to solve the case. So that is a very interesting way to learn. Now these case competitions are also held at two levels. So there's case competitions at the college level and then at the corporate level. So I would recommend you start off with the college level case comps because they're comparatively easier than the corporate level. Although the corporate level have more importance if you go from the resume point of view, but initially you can just straightforward go to the corporate ones because they require a lot of experience. But to start off with the college ones, ace a few of them and then move on to the corporate level one. Okay, so the next one is start something of your own. And this is one of my favorite because a lot of kids feel that if they do not get into a society or they do not crack an internship, it's the end. Like everything around them just comes to a halt and they start feeling that they do not have any option and their college life is destroyed. Whereas the most prosperous and most, rewarding option is to start something of your own. Now, starting something of your own doesn't have to be huge. It does not have to be that, you're building brands. You're thinking that, oh, I have to, know coding. I do not know it. How do I do it? It could be very small. It could be start your own YouTube channel, start your own podcast, start your own agency. It just has to be anything. You just have to be passionate about it and do it consistently. Trust me, you're gonna learn way much more by starting something of your own than any of these societies and internships could teach you. Okay, so going ahead, quoting my own example again. So I started with my podcast back in September 2024, and at that point of time, I was completely clueless as to how I'm gonna, invite people and why will they even say yes. But as I progressed, we had such good guests. Like we recorded episodes with Shark Tank founders, we recorded episode with a retired wing commander. So everything just started making sense once I actually started. I did not had any clarity initially, but once you get into that zone that you have to do something, you have to prove yourself, and you have to be consistent at it, things fall into place. So the next one is document your own journey. Oh my God, this is the most underrated thing. I feel not a majority of the kids do this. I don't know the reason behind it, but it's literally very easy to start. So you just have to choose one medium. It could be Instagram, it could be LinkedIn, it could be YouTube, and just start posting content about it. Just start writing about yourself, what you are doing right now, what are your aspirations, what kind of person you are, what do you like, your opinion about, anything in the country going on, maybe about the education system of India. Just have to write about it on LinkedIn or make a reel about it on Instagram or post a video about it on YouTube. And it is difficult initially because you have to speak to the camera or you have to present yourself in front of a larger audience. But trust me, it is very rewarding. Quoting my own example again, so I started posting content on LinkedIn a year back in May after giving my CUET. So what happened was that when I entered college, a lot of people already knew me. They said that they read about me on LinkedIn. So I had already an edge. I felt more confident, and I also got an opportunity to shoot a documentary in one of the corporate offices for free. So I was shooting a documentary for them. The other thing which happened was that I already had two paid internship opportunities waiting for me. Like the companies reached out to me even before my second year started. So I was in my first semester and I got two paid opportunities. So you start getting a lot of inbound offers once you start documenting your own journey. So guys, this was it for the video, and I hope you learned a lot of things out of it about college, about societies, about internships and the other opportunities. And if you have any doubts, you can ask them in the comment section and I will take them in the next video. Bye!